Four Fast Guns, starring James Craig. I don't really know where I want to start this review at, so I'll just start with the plot, I guess. It's not really one of those major westerns, at least I don't believe it is. I think it's kind of one of those undercurrent, hidden little gems of a western, if you even want to call it a gem. What caught my eye was the title. I was expecting, four fast guns, four gunslingers in a town, dueling it out, and I basically got that, but it's kind of like one at a time type of thing. The story really is like your typical western trope. You have a villain being a tyrant over a town, and the citizens are looking for a hero, so they hire a gun to come in here and to help them relieve them of this tyrant. And this is what James Craig's character basically is. He kind of starts off as a shady character. You don't really know if he's a good guy or a bad guy for right off the bat of the movie, which is kind of interesting, and I kind of enjoyed that part as well. The villain is a guy named Mr. Hogue. Is that how you say his name? Yeah, I'm going to say Hogue. It's Hogue. Anyways, Mr. Hogue here, he's kind of like the tyrant of the town, but in a way, I don't really know, they don't really say why he is a evil man, just that he owns everything, I guess. But, you don't really see him doing any underhanded activities. You don't really see him bullying anybody. I mean, I'm pretty sure law enforcement, well, not even law enforcement's not really on his side either. So, I guess you just got to put your imagination that he's putting the boot to these people. And so he's not really doing anything until James Craig's character comes up to him and threatens him. And then that's when he hires some henchmen to fit him. Which, if you got money and somebody say, hey, I'm going to kill you, or you get out of the town, I think you would probably do the same thing. Get some guns to protect you, right? So that's basically the premise of it. The one interesting character is that is Hogue's wife. Mr. Hogue himself is disabled. He's in a wheelchair, which is, a little different from your typical Western. And basically spends his time playing a piano for his wife. So he gets a really loving relationship with his wife. And that's what makes the wife a little different, I guess. And maybe the real villain, you could say that. Because she loves her husband, but at the same time, she's kind of falling for James Craig's character. She tries to protect them both, Mr. Hogue hires a gun guy to protect him, and she's trying to pay him off to leave, to not kill James Craig's character. And so you kind of got her playing both sides of the game. So she's kind of like the wild card of the movie, and she's pretty interesting. This movie is slow at the beginning, I would say. I wasn't very interested into it. It's only like an hour and 16 minutes, so it's a short movie. It kind of feels like at times as a long TV episode of Bonanza a little bit. But about the halfway mark, it starts to get like the 30-minute mark. It starts to get interesting, especially when you find out that one of the guys that our villain hired, Mr. Hogue hired, is actually the brother of James Craig. So you got the whole idea of are we going to have brother versus brother type of thing, and they're kind of neutral. They don't really want to fight each other. Both trying to talk each other out of going through with this contract, but they both got honor. That there's honor and to the people that they're contracted with. Does that make sense? So you do get that duality in there. The big twist, I don't know, man. This movie's like 80 years old, 66 years old. If it's okay to give away the twist, because I don't know if this is like a wide watched movie, but there is a point where there is a point where Mr. Hogue gets killed, and it's like a big shocker, that I'm going to spoil it. Nobody's usually listened to these things at the 5-minute mark. Anyways, the brother kills Mr. Hogue, which is a big twist in the movie, because this is the guy that hired him, and he just had enough of him, I guess, so he shoots him, which was a big surprise to say the least. And so you think it's going to end all like, you know, the brothers go their separate ways and stuff, but one event leads to another, and then with the two brothers fight it out together. The gunfights in this one is all right, you know, pretty interesting. Not really, pretty typical, basic, but it works because it's basic. You know, they don't try to overdo it. When I first saw the title, I thought I was going to get into like the Quick and the Dead type of movie scenario, but no, it was just what I just explained. They have a use of I was looking at my notes here. They got a use of a narrator here. Introduces all the main characters and helps move the story along. It seems like the narrator is actually the drunken psychic character, so it does have some comedy at the beginning of this movie, I guess I should say, with the drunken, forced lawman. He doesn't really do anything because he's incapable. He's not very reliable for his skills. He's kind of like the comedy guy. And then the widow of Mr. Hogue, you know, like I said, she's in love with James Craig's character at the end of the movie. She kind of wants to get with James Craig at the end. He kind of politely turns her down, but there's that little thing that maybe she's going to follow him around and pester him until he breaks down and accepts her. Overall, 4 fast guns. It's an okay Western. If you're a Western lover, it's worth watching. If not, it's something you can probably pass. Has a rough beginning. Starts to smooth over around around the middle point, and then by the end, it's all right. It turns out to be a decent movie. It's a slow burn per se, but it's not like your greatest hits of Westerns type of movie. Anyways, this is the 4 Fun Guns. My opinion. What's your opinion on it? Let me know in the comments below. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Until next time, adios.